Okay, so the next section, again in the Design tab, we're going to look at the advanced options. Now if I expand this a moment, we can see there's a range of options and things that don't quite fit any of the other places, and they're kind of advanced options, so you wouldn't need to necessarily use them for every option, but there's some good things hidden in here. So we'll just run through here. So first of all is this option, read right to left. So perhaps for if you have Hebrew publications, turns the book and reads it right to left instead of left to right. We then have a language option, so you can select one of the standard languages that we have inbuilt in here. Now following on from that, if there's any language or text within the interface that we use that perhaps you want to change, you can do so slightly further by coming up here to options and then translations, and you'll see here all the text that is used within the interface that the user might come across at some point. So you can by all means change any of these options on the right. So you have the original text on the left column and your changed option, perhaps just adding a differentiation on the title there. So that's the language. The third option you have here is page numbering starts on. Now typically this will be 1, but however if you have a publication that has 5 pages with the contents on, and then you have the actual page 1 starts on physical page 6, you can change this here to 6 so that the page numbering in your PDF lines up with the page numbering on the bottom toolbar. Next you have the exit URL. So within the options that the user will come across is an exit button, but only if you have it selected as one of your features over here. So if you have that selected, you can then add in any URL that you want to send your readers to once they click the exit button. So it could be your home page, it could be a call to action page, it could be a contact page for further information. Whatever you want, you can type in that URL there. Next of all, we have the load control. So what happens is when someone opens a 3D issue, if you don't have this selected, when someone opens a 3D issue for the first time, all the pages will load in the background, so it may take a few seconds while that's happening. Now this is generally fine for smaller type publications, but if you've got a larger publication, say a couple of hundred pages, this could take some time and it could turn away people because they don't want to wait. So this is where you can use this load control. Simply tick this option and type in the number of pages you want to load at one time. So if you have 10, it will load the first 10 pages, so it'll be very quick, and then when they turn page 10 to get to page 11, the next 10 pages will load. It just helps things load a lot quicker for those larger publications. You then have some options for emails. Now in the user interface you've got a few options such as sharing, send to a friend email, you've got bookmarks and notes, and with all these options, the sending, sharing and bookmarks, you have an email that can be sent to you with all these notes in. So you can change the default text. So perhaps you don't want to send you an article, you can change it to send you an ebook if you like. Or you can change any of these text or add in certain fields that maybe we haven't put in these default. So you can therefore change the sharing one, the bookmarks and the notes for the email editor. Now this option, the server, the software uses a piece of scripting for the sharing options, and if this is enabled in your publication, you just need to tell the software whether your server support is ASP or PHP. So you just select which one that is there. So those are the advanced options within the Design tab.